this is episode 4. Somehow we have made it to episode 4 again without getting canceled.
Man,
I don't know how.
But
Tractor Town, we're sorry.
we're sorry. We fucked with you every episode, I think.
Except this one.
We have now.
There's still time. The Grand Tractor Town entrance. We're gonna come to your town on a tractor and sign autographs. Coming to a city near you. We are talking
about a Miss Shelley Mook today and her ex-husband Tyler Mook, both from Shelbyville. We've already been over Shelbyville.
Yep.
I don't think there's really much else to say about Shelbyville, really. Mr. and Mrs. Mook met actually in Pennsylvania. There's high school sweethearts. They ended up getting married in 2004 and got pregnant as well with their daughter, Lily.
Teen pregnancy, shotgun wedding.
That's what I was thinking, kind of shotgun wedding like.
Well,
all
right.
Yeah.
So.
And that lasted till about 2009, so not way too long. The divorce was something else from what I understand too. It was kind of nasty. There was a lot of accusations in there, and there were a lot of truths in there about things going on in the home. Like domestic violence and things of that sort. Shelley was 24 years old whenever she disappeared. She worked for Harris Middle School in Shelbyville.
Right.
And she disappeared February 28, 2011. The facts of the case are this. The last time she was seen was at the middle school.
Right.
She left there to go drop Lillian off.
Right.
And then go to her new apartment to meet the maintenance man over there.
Okay.
This was around 2:30 to 3 o'clock she got out of school.
Right.
The last place she was seen was the school, so the last place she must have went was Tyler's, which he did, in fact, say that she was there. So,
gotcha.
Fast forward a few hours later, we get a phone call in from Mr. Tyler, and he says that she's been missing, that she didn't come to pick up her daughter when she was supposed to, which was a very out-of-character thing for her.
Mm-hmm.
She loved her daughter, and you can tell through all the pictures and stuff that you can find online. After that, they had a bolo out for her white Pontiac Grand Prix and ended up finding a white Pontiac Grand Prix on fire in a farm field.
In gold.
Her car was found the next morning burning in Rutherford County. Now, mind you, where she went missing from would have been Bedford County.
The only thing they managed to recover was the VIN number. The VIN number survived, so they were able to trace it back to Shelley.
I wonder if it's made out of some kind of like polycarbonate or something where
it's probably made not to burn.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of like the black box on the airplanes.
Yeah.
It's made to be recovered.
Right. Past this, these are the facts of the case as we know them. Here are some of the details that kind of make you go, So,
things that make you go.
So the police followed up on a lot of different leads. First off, they started with the maintenance man.
Right.
His alibi was open and shut. They interviewed him, and there was no way that he could have taken her or anything like that, or been even near the car.
Right.
He was known and spotted somewhere.
So it was definitely between the school and wherever.
It's about an hour and a half gap that she was not seen in.
Mm-hmm.
She disappeared, at least.
Right.
After this happened, let's talk a little bit more about Tyler. Tyler took immediate custody of their daughter, Lillian, of course.
Right.
being that she's disappeared and nobody can find her. After that, he was immediately also fought by the Secor family, Shelley's family, to get custody because of the way that Tyler is, apparently.
Right. Mom and stepdad, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
They had a whole custody trial. There were a lot of witnesses to come forward. They came forward to say things,
like he had drug use, he was around shady associates.
There were drug sales in the house.
Right. Drug
A lot
deals.
of big amounts of marijuana, they said, in the house all the
Right.
time. So he wasn't just small time, and he was really drug dealing, apparently. He was abusive, at times cruel, from what people had said, to pull
Poor little
reasons
girl.
why he didn't need to have that little girl, and they ended up winning.
Yeah, I would imagine.
That was something that happened that was great.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't underneath him anymore.
Right.
After this, some odd things happened. One night, while Tyler and his dad were outside working in his shop, somehow Tyler managed to pocket dial 911.
Right.
Interesting. His open line was on there for 22 minutes, I think they said, while him and his dad talked. Now, there was a lot of hand tools and things like that going, so a lot of the parts of the conversation are inaudible.
Right.
But there are a lot of pieces of it where you can kind of hash out what they're saying and what they're talking about. Also, they got some answers that weren't quite answers. Kind of strange. During the custody hearing, they put Tyler on the stand, hoping they could get some answers about Shelley out of him, actually.
Right.
This piece of shit, and I'm totally comfortable calling him that just because of his crimes, he pleaded the fifth 150 times in that trial. 150 times.
Yes, he did.
Anytime asked about Shelley, he pleaded the fifth.
And here are some of those clips.
Yeah.
You were upset with Shelley's dating other men?
On advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer on the grounds of the Fifth Amendment.
You exhibited violent outbursts against Shelley as a result of other men?
On advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer on the grounds of the Fifth Amendment.
Have sex with Shelley on February 28th?
Yes.
What time?
On advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer on the grounds of the Fifth Amendment.
Lily's side of the story ended up being kind of interesting as well. The police interviewed her. The side of the story that she had was that her and her mother pulled up to her ex-husband Tyler's house. When they pulled up, she stayed in the car seat and Shelley went into the house. Shortly thereafter, Tyler came out, got her out of the car, put her in her old bedroom, and told her not to come out. Now, that was Lily's side of the story. Another thing happened, which was the 911 call.
Right.
He accidentally pocket dialed 911.
Right.
Didn't realize it for 22 minutes.
Here is a snippet from the audible part of that audio recording to 911. Here you go.
I think it's just not Debbie. I think it's the lawyer, the goon, Debbie, the judge, the DA, and both of 2 or 3 county sheriffs in the TBI. And they know that I'm not going anywhere right now because I don't have Lily. They can't prove nothing. And they know that there's a better chance of me leaving with Lily. But, like I told Mom, they think they know I want to stay in the United States. They can find me. I can live out in Hawaii, I told Mom. They want to come arrest me, we don't want to. What's the big crunch time in this 5 months? It's just easier for them. Yeah, that's all. They've done their job. They trampled all over your rights. They did everything humanly possible to keep the situation as it was. Many here, okay, thank you, Park Boys. Somebody will pay for this. Oh, they already got a bunch of people lined up. That's what I keep hearing through the grits lines from Jason and Renee's mom and sisters. Oh, they got people seeing me leave that night. Oh, they seen Shelley's car going down the road that night. She wasn't driving. Oh, somebody seen me walking down the road in the middle of the night. Well, let's get a couple more of those people by running the same racetrack so they can come up with their own story.
What really admits his guilt is that he calls back. He thinks they're going to pull up any minute, obviously.
Did you get a call from this number here a couple minutes ago?
Yes, we had an open line from it.
What happens on that open line? Does it get recorded and stuff like that?
I know some of the stuff that was said in there said something about him staying because of Lily, but that didn't end up working out, obviously.
10 days after Shelley's disappearance, Tyler is caught on surveillance tape from the early morning hours after she went missing. He was tracked from a convenience store several miles from his home that night, pulling up in his red S10 truck. The truck then stops at a dumpster for 5 to 10 minutes.
The cops never charged him with Shelley's disappearance or anything. He got off scot-free as far as that was concerned, for now.
For now.
So after that, Tyler skipped town. He said, fuck Tennessee, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
He moved to Florida in 2012.
Right.
Now, while in Florida, he ended up meeting another girl. Her name was Robin, Miss Robin Donovan. He got along with Robin pretty well for about 2 years, it seems like. I mean, at least as far as we know, they got together and they were a good couple for those 2 years.
As far as we know.
Here's one thing that'll blow your mind, though.
You could
They
be
were-
beating on me behind closed doors. All them couples that are on the internet and they're just having so much fun. And then they go home and it's like turmoil. Yeah. That's not us, though.
Instagram couples.
That's what they're called. We're not an Instagram couple, obviously. We wouldn't be covering true crime.
No, we would be the true crime.
Like getting murdered or doing the... We plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
Just like dude,
50 times.
Yeah.
150 times. Getting back to Miss Robin. Robin and him dated for 2 years. One day, they decided to go for a nice day out on the lake.
Right.
It's her, Tyler, Tyler's brother, and his girlfriend at the time.
Right.
They're going to go have a nice day, drink a little bit, maybe do some fishing, some swimming.
Every good story
good fun
starts
day.
with boats and
I
hoes.
swear.
Boats and hoes.
They're going to go have a good day. Whenever they came up on the speedboat that was Tyler's, it had Mook Racing on it. And she asked what Mook Racing meant, and he said, that's my last name. She had known him as Tyler Cook for this whole time.
Ooh.
Huge red flag.
Yeah.
Huge red flag.
Yeah. If you don't know his last name, that's a red flag.
Yeah, that's a pretty huge red flag. She's talking to her mom about it while she was on the boat, apparently. Her mom told her that she needed to get away now.
While she was with him, she was talking to her mom.
She was on the phone at one point. Tyler was driving erratically in the boat.
Mm-hmm.
He was going super fast. He'd already been drinking that day for quite a bit, so he was already drunk. He was like shit plastered at the time. So he was going super fast in the boat. It was concerning her, so she asked him if he could please slow down. This was a big mistake. He starts flipping shit. Just flipping
Don't
shit.
test the ego while one has the spirit.
Now, I'm thinking that she called her mom because she knew she was in a bad spot at the moment.
Imagine.
But Tyler stopped the boat, walked over, grabbed her glasses off her head.
Ooh.
Threw those.
Oh, I'd be so
then
mad.
Took her cell phone out of her hand where she was calling her mom at the time. Threw it too. Then he picks her up, throws her straight off the boat. She hit the side of the boat whenever she was going down. After that, Tyler decided to jump in after her. He tried to drown her.
What?
He tried to drown her in front of his brother and his girlfriend. Luckily,
like he was gonna get away with that.
Luckily, his brother was there. His brother jumped in and put him in a headlock long enough for her to get away.
Kudos to the brother. So he saved her life.
Yeah, he saved her life that day.
Wow.
100%.
Good for you,
she
brother.
Ended up getting picked up by another boat, and they took her to shore where she called the police, obviously, like anyone would.
Wow. So he got arrested.
Yeah, this happened in 2014. He was arrested. She pressed charges. He was originally just charged with battery. It took Robin going up there and talking with the police more to get them to charge him with attempted murder.
Correct? He picks you up.
Yes.
And that's when he throws you overboard, right?
Yes.
And when he threw you overboard, he threw you in the water, right?
Yes, I hit the side of the windshield going down.
You hit the, but he threw you in the water, correct?
Yes.
Now, let's go back to when he was pushing you under and you were trying to get to the top. Were you fighting him?
Yes.
Okay. Were you kicking him?
No.
How were you fighting him to get up?
Just trying to push away from him and just trying to get away from him with my hands.
Okay. And when you got up, did you indicate to him with what you said that you weren't taking this as a joke?
Yes.
Okay. Did Tyler say anything to you?
No.
What did you do?
I just started swimming. I knew I had to get away from him.
Okay. And where did you swim towards?
Just away.
Okay. And what did you do next?
I saw a boat coming from the other way.
And what did you do?
I just started pleading for him to please pick me up, that he just tried to kill me.
Okay. Did you offer to give him money?
I offered to give them anything they wanted.
Okay. And did they stop and help you?
Yes.
What was Andrew doing at this point in time?
He was in the water with me.
Was he helping you?
Yes, I couldn't really swim, and I was just trying to breathe.
Wow. So they just thought that he threw her overboard at first? Is that the idea?
Attacked her, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they didn't know all of
the whole
details.
story,
Gotcha.
how he tried to kill her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went on trial for it, and he ended up getting convicted, but not with what we all would want. He got 12 years for attempted second degree murder. Let's hope that
he's
some kind
rehabilitated.
Let's hope there's some kind of evidence uncovered for Shelley and that there's justice brought for her. Because I think all the evidence, every single bit of it, points towards Tyler.
They don't have anything to go on.
There's no physical evidence.
They couldn't find a body.
No body, no case.
Yeah, that's
unfortunately.
And that seems to be the majority of why they can't convict, because they can't prove without a reasonable shadow of a doubt that they did it.
Exactly.
And they can't prove this with Mr. Mook.
But they know it.
They know, and you can't just go on gut feeling. That's not the American way. Our judicial system is not set up that way on purpose.
I'll tell you how I know, too, that they know.
Which ones?
Robin, whenever she was talking to the police down there in the midst of all this, TBI agents actually came down to talk. So they know.
Oh, yeah.
They just need evidence.
Oh,
and that's it.
They know.
It's quite a crazy story. I'm really surprised that there was no evidence found and she was not found.
Right.
Which makes me wonder where she actually is.
Is she in the lake?
Could be in the Duck.
I wonder how many bodies are in the Duck River.
I'd say quite a few. I'd say there's a lot of bodies probably in the Duck that have never been found.
Swim with the fishes.
Yeah, swimming with the fishes.
Swimming with the fishes.
So no justice for Shelley. Never found. Still looking for a body. If any of you have any kind of insight, evidence, anything like that on Miss Shelley Mook, make sure you forward it to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. It's very important that she get justice at some point or another. And I'm really rooting for her too.
Yeah, absolutely. And little Lillian definitely deserves that.
Yeah.
From what I understand and what I've seen, she seems to have had a decent life growing up, and she, excelled in sports and all sorts of things. So I'm really happy at least that she had, a happy ending of sorts.
Of sorts.
But it still sucks that she's missing her mother, and that's a wound that will never heal.
Never.
I don't care how close you are with your parent. It's a wound that never heals.
No.
I would love to have, justice for her mother, for all family and friends, especially her best friend. It was a big part as well. Her best friend did interviews.
She did everything she could to try to get the word out and to try to get some kind of charge for him, for Shelley.
A lot of the best friends had put up flyers initially to look for her.
Was another thing. Tyler never went in any of the search parties to look for her one time.
Not once. Not once. Such a sad story because he knew all his rights. He claimed the fifth. They can't use anything in a court of law if you plead nothing but the fifth on anything incriminating.
Yeah.
And literally everything that he was saying was crucial information to the case that could have been solved had he given any information. But he was so slick and so sly that he slithered his way around the law.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Yep.
And this is one of the disadvantages of the criminal justice system. You go into jail with a misdemeanor and you come out with a PhD in criminality.
Actually, I looked into his background just to see what kind of background he had, like criminal-wise.
Right.
Oh, yeah, he'd been in jail quite a few times.
See?
So, yeah, he was...
So, my suspicions were right.
degenerate.
He was a professional criminal. He really didn't attain gainful employment for long.
No, he never held down a job very much. This is from custody hearings and things also, just to let you know. This is in black and white. But he was a drug user, he sold drugs, and had the inability to hold down a job from the custody hearings.
Right.
One more thing, guys. One more thing to add to this. Now, if you go and you burn a car and set it in a farm field, how do you get away from the scene quick? Somebody drives you. 2 people were involved in this murder and helped cover it up. That's 100%. If the car is sitting there on fire, it was out in the middle of nowhere. He had nowhere to run to, really.
Right.
So, set the car on fire. He had to get home. Somebody had to pick him up.
Makes you wonder who was involved.
Somebody else knows about Shelley.
For sure. There's no way. I think somebody got super lucky. And when he gets out, I hope he learns to keep a low profile and that he has been rehabilitated and is no longer
Let's hope
a
so.
violent criminal.
Seriously.
Otherwise, in 4 years, we're probably going to come up missing.
Maybe.
I say this all the time.
Don't mess with me.
See, this is, I don't know why he watches true crime, but the reason I watch it is because I'm just so, see, y'all think he's just so sweet and kind. He's a psycho. See, it's the people that are quiet you gotta watch out for. We wanted to end on a positive note, of course, and we wanted to tell you guys thank you for all your Halloween haunting suggestions.
Yeah.
Keep sending those in.
Yeah.
We are building whole case files on this so we can do this little mini series on Halloween about Tennessee hauntings.
Yeah.
I think it would be really fun for you guys to keep getting involved with us. If you have seen, felt, heard, if you hunt ghosts, if you know anything about Tennessee hauntings in general, we would love to speak to you. Write in to murderofmayhem@gmail.com and make sure that you tell us where, who, and give us as much information as you can.
Yep.
And if you have a haunted house, we might come visit you.
Take video.
If you want to come on our show, we'll interview you. We will do a whole live podcast
That could be
for
cool.
that. If we can find anybody that does EVPs or knows haunted places before Halloween, and we have over a month,
Yeah.
we will do a live episode special of a haunted house.
That'd be pretty cool. Otherwise, we're gonna be just reading stories.
Right.
And I think that'd be pretty cool. I like hearing other people's stories. I like hearing about hauntings, I like hearing about ghosts, like
Right.
all that stuff interests me. I think it's really cool.
We do appreciate your suggestions. There are a lot of brilliant ones, and we can't wait to share them with you. I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised with the cases we have coming up. So
Got a few lined up. They're gonna be really cool. I think you guys will really enjoy them.
yeah, we will be available to watch streaming on all platforms, minus Apple, because we're not Apple fans apparently, and we're sorry for that. But we are on YouTube, TikTok, and
Spotify.
Tune in every Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Central Standard Time.
Central Standard Time. He has to add that every week.
There are people from other places might be watching. Might be in Japan.
If you are in a different time zone than us, I need you to comment. I need you to comment and just say where you're from.
Yeah.
You can even say a state, like non-specific. I don't care. But I just want to know if there's actual out-of-state people that are watching us. Like, we find it hard to believe that anybody's watching us.
But people are, and we really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, for sure.
Thank you, guys. And we look forward to Halloween ghost stories. Ooh. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.